Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you going into early afternoon because I actually had to sleep in a bit. But this is actually going to be for the best albums of 2021 video that you guys have been waiting for my channel for the next end of the year video. So I'm going to discuss what the best albums are from 61 to whatever number I get to for the first part because I'm going to have to do these videos in parts and let you know what I thought of these albums that I'm going to be mentioning. Sorry if I'm kind of breathing heavy. Like I said, I woke up like about an hour ago or so I'm still a little tired. So let's dive into this best albums of 2021 video. Okay, at number 61 is Justin Bieber with Justice. Now, I personally like this album. I actually own this album. I only own the regular edition. I don't really care for the deluxe or whatever. I didn't really care to hear the deluxe, honestly. I know it might seem better to listen to the deluxe, or the Target bonus tracks and other things like that. But I only have the album for the regular edition. And Anyone was my favorite. Hold On was pretty good. Love You Different. I don't know if I'm feeling for it. But some of the shorter songs didn't do so bad, but it tended to make the album seem unlistenable at its time when I first heard it. But no, I quite enjoyed this album. So, yeah, Hold On, like I said, my favorite. Anyone. Lonely, I don't know if I'm feeling for as much anymore. But it's an alright track. The melody's the best part of the song, but the way that he's singing Lonely, the lonely, the way that Justin Bieber's singing it, I don't know if I feel for. Holy was not a bad song. I don't know, I'm feeling a little distant from that song, but everything else about the album didn't do so bad. Like Die For You had a pretty good electronic pop beat. It sounded pretty good. And yeah, Ghost was my favorite, so was Peaches. But Love You Different and Loved by You, I don't know if I'm sure on liking those two. But still, at number 61 was Justin Bieber with Justice. I had to put it at the top of the list because I have better albums than this one to mention for the lower list of this best albums of 2021 list of mine. So at number 60 now is Olivia Rodrigo with Sour. Keep in mind, I personally like this album. If you guys think it's not your favorite album, that's okay. It's just my list of best albums. But I personally don't see the dilemma with what's going on with her being compared to Hayley Williams from Paramore or Paramore or whatever, like she's copying them. I don't know. Maybe there might be some sounds to it. I don't know for sure. But she's trying her own thing. So that's what I see. But if you can't respect my opinion on it, that's okay. Uh, but I personally think this album was pretty good. Even some of the mellower tracks didn't do so bad, like Good For You. Well, Good For You wasn't too mellow. There was a chorus that made it go a little bit catchier and faster. Not as fast, but a little fast pace. But still, Hope You're Okay was a nice closer to the album, along with Driver's License, which wasn't so bad. I don't know if it's my favorite song now, but Brutal was enjoyable of a listen. I know it's been playing on the radio for a while, but yeah. At number 60 was Olivia Rodrigo with Sour. I personally like it, but that's my opinion. Uh, at number 59 is Robin Thicke with On Earth and in Heaven. Now, this was a pretty good album. I was surprised with Robin Thicke making his comeback after 7 years of a departure from not making music. Uh, because he took a long break, I guess, to focus on himself and other things like that. Um, and pretty much this album definitely brought him back at a better standing with what he was going for with this album. It came out February 12th this year. So this was an enjoyable album. I don't remember all the songs from it because I haven't really listened to it as much this year, but I personally did like it. This was a pretty good Robin Thicke album. It was better than the song that got sued. I know Blurred Lines was a very popular song from him, but he didn't get permission to do that song. And that's what was the problem and why he got sued and lost that case. And yeah, if you don't get permission from the artist or band that did the song originally, that's gonna happen. So yeah, at number 59, I picked Robin Thicke with On Earth and in Heaven. I think he did a pretty good job on this one. This sounded so original, back to the kind of roots that he's going for. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Number 58 is DMX with Exodus. May he rest in peace, because he did pass away back in April, I believe. Sorry about that ding. It's my phone or whatever. I think it's the weather thing notification. Um, yeah, he did pass away earlier this year. Like April 9th, I think, was the day he passed away. Um, which is really sad, but I did enjoy this posthumous album that he did. So at number 58, I picked DMX with Exodus. Alright, at number 57 is Royal Blood with Typhoons. I'm sorry I didn't mention all the tracks from DMX Exodus. It's been a little bit since I've heard the album, but you can definitely go check out my review for it. I think you guys will enjoy it. But to continue on with number 57, Royal Blood did a pretty good job on this album. I think this was better than the first two albums, in my opinion. Those albums were good, but they didn't reach the potential of being pretty good, because they were good listens. So they're not a bad band. They're a duo band, electronic pop duo band, I guess you could say, pop rock kind of stuff. But Mike Kerr's vocals, I think, if I'm pronouncing his name right, um, they did a very solid job on this album. Either You Want It's one of my favorites. Boilermaker I enjoyed. Mad Visions was great. Um, Hold On was good. All We Have Is Now was the mellower song, but Space was one of my favorite ones. And King, I don't know if I was sure of liking it. But it didn't do so bad. But still, this album impressed me so much. Trouble Coming was an alright start to the album, but it's grown on me a little more. But Oblivion I really loved. Typhoons was pretty good. Uh, Who Needs Friends was okay, and One in a Million was not a bad song. Limbo I really enjoyed, and yeah, those are all the tracks. So definitely go check this Royal Blood album, Typhoons, out if you haven't listened to it this year. I think you guys will enjoy it. So at number 57, I picked Royal Blood with Typhoons. I think it's one of the best albums this year. It made it at the top of the list, but still, it was an enjoyable listen. At number 56 is Evanescence with The Bitter Truth. Now, keep in mind this is just my list, my opinion on what I think of these albums. I personally like them. These are the best albums, of course, so yeah. Clearly, this album got a lot of criticism and mixed opinions about it. Sorry about that. Uh, my mom or whatever was yelling at my cat. My cat's getting annoying, unfortunately. Um, yeah. The Bitter Truth. was a pretty good album. Um, I'm really sorry about the background noise that you heard a moment ago. This cat is getting really annoying, honestly. So, yeah. And if you hear her, she's getting really annoying. I'm really sorry about the distractions in this video again. To continue where I left off, yeah, Blind Belief was one of my favorites. Then there's The Game Is Over. Um, Better Without You was actually pretty good. I wasn't sure if I liked Use My Voice, but Take Cover, Far From Heaven, Part of Me was pretty good. Those three songs were pretty good. I personally like them. But then there's some other standouts that I don't know if I like. But still. Wasted on You, not my favorite. Feeding the Dark, I think, is one of the songs. And that was pretty good. So, they kind of did a very good job on this album. Even though some of the songs tend to not be as great, but still. At number 56, I picked Evanescence with The Bitter Truth. I deeply apologize for that distraction noise. My cat is getting annoying this morning and just doing some stupid crap. She's not feeling so good, so we're gonna have to take her down next month, unfortunately. Um, at number 55 is The Killers with Pressure Machine. This is gonna be the last album I'll talk about, then I'll have to come at you for the next album. Maybe I can talk about another album, I don't know. We'll just wait and see. Um, Pressure Machine was pretty good. West Hills I really enjoyed. Um, and Cody was not a bad one. I can't remember all the songs from it, but still, this was an enjoyable listen from the Killers. I really liked this album. The title track was pretty good too. So, yeah, at number 55, I picked The Killers with Pressure Machine. Definitely go check out my review for it I did back in August. Think you'll enjoy it. Um, at number 54 is Buck Cherry with Hellbound. Now, this is going to be the last album I'll talk about. Then I'll return to you for part two. Uh, this was a pretty good listen, honestly. I really enjoyed this album. Um, So Hot not being one of my favorites. There were a few songs that weren't my personal favorites, but Hellbound was pretty good. I think it was the opening track to the album, and that was a really good start for the album and what it was going for. So, yeah, definitely go check out my review for this I did back in June. I think you'll enjoy it. I explain a little more about what other songs I liked from it and which ones I disliked and thought were my least favorites. But still, at number 54 was Buck Cherry with Hellbound. I'm going to have to return to you for part two for best albums of 2021 video. I'm sorry about the background noise you heard. My mom was yelling at my cat because she was trying to do something kind of silly. So I don't know what she was doing, but I'll go see what it is in just a second. But I hope you enjoyed the first part for best albums of 2021 video. Sorry about the distractions and the background noises in the video. I can't edit it out, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm just gonna upload this anyway because I worked a little hard on it, but not at the best. But maybe the next video will be better. So stay safe, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon for part two of Best Albums of 2021 video.